Welcome back. Let's join Jim and Ryan as Team Outback Outdoors hunts black bear with Adrenaline Outfitters in Manitoba.
We were headed to northern Manitoba with Adrenaline Outfitters. It was our first big trip of the year, and we were both excited to go up and try to get one of those big bears they're known for.
Well, we drove to Grand Forks, North Dakota and spent the night there. Got up early the next morning, filled up the truck, filled up our coffee cups, and crossed the border, met up with Rod McGrath. Now Rod, along with his other two partners, owns and operates Adrenaline Outfitters in Manitoba.
It was a long 8-hour ride.
8. Let's see.
8 plus 13.
12 from home to Grand Forks. 12 hours from home to Grand Forks. 2.5 hours from Grand Forks to Rod's house. What? 7.5 to here? I'm not a mathematician, but that's a lot of hours.
We pulled into a cottage on a lake that they had rented for bear season. Man, was this place nice. Way fancier than what we were used to. After a few last-minute adjustments to our gear, shooting our bows to make sure they weren't knocked off from the trip, and grabbing a bite to eat, we went out to look at some baits and look at some bear sign.
Straight back that way, which would be southwest or west, so we're going to hope for that, but I don't think we're going to be hunting here tonight any which way. But that's a pod trail, so hopefully we find some more of those, but bigger.
You weren't lying.
I wasn't lying. Thank gosh.
Definitely see 2 different sized bears.
Oh, there's at least 2 boars here. That pod trail that I showed you guys is from a 6-footer. This bear is bigger than 6 feet. This here is a great pad.
Yeah, that is a good. You can see his toes are defined big time too. Mud spreads it a little bit, but he's definitely.
I mean, that's yeah, that's definitely a 5-inch pad. It's very nice.
We're here in northern Manitoba with Adrenaline Outfitters. Hunting black bears in the spring. It's June 15th. It's really good up here now. We're the first week of clients in this northern camp. Adrenaline Outfitters also has two southern camps, and they've been knocking the bears dead down there. We're the first week up here, and all these baits are active. There's some big bears up here. There's been a 7-footer coming into this bait. So we're up at this set. Let's see what happens. This is my first bear hunt. First time in a tree stand, really, so if I seem a little nervous, it's because I am. Well, it was our first evening in the stand, and we were really excited, but just about bear 30, a couple hours before dark, it got ugly. Well, we were forced out of the stand because of that lightning. We were a little nervous about being up in a steel stand in a lightning storm, but we weren't too concerned about it because it was our first day.
Well, it's our second day in Manitoba. Adrenaline Outfitters. It's my first day in the stand. We wanted to hunt this place last night, but the wind was wrong, so we went to another bait. We have cutty-back pictures of 2 big bears. One's over 7 foot. We put it up on the TV, just a giant bear. We got a perfect wind, about 22 yards from the bait, so I'm real excited about getting my chance at a big bear. Every other night we're switching, me and Ryan, so I'm up to bat tonight, so hopefully we'll have a good night. It's about 4 o'clock. We got 6 hours set, 85 degrees and sunny. It's nice.
Second night out, same thing. Started out sunny, but by 7 o'clock we needed scuba gear. We got 4 inches of rain in one evening sit, and we're trying to film.
It was honestly one of the worst storms that I've ever been in the woods. The downpouring rain was as hard as I've ever seen it, and what really made me nervous was the lightning cracking all around us, sometimes so close it was shaking the tree. So we got out of the stand in a hurry.
Well, day
switching on and off, so I'm on the trigger tonight. We're sitting with the same bait that we set last night. Hopefully we don't get rained out the last 2 nights. We've had some severe weather activity, some real unstable stuff. So we've actually been forced out of the stand earlier than we wanted to the last 2 nights, so we really haven't had a full sit yet. It's going to be good. So day 3, North Manitoba, Adrenaline Outfitters. We're going to get it done tonight.
Well, we finally got our wish. The 3rd night was a beautiful, perfect night to sit. Only one problem. It was slow. Real slow. You know it's slow when your cameraman starts filming himself.
It's our 4th night in northern Manitoba. We've had terrible weather, monsoon rains. We got 4 inches of rain 2 days ago while we were on stand. Had to come out early 2 nights out of 3. So it's rained all day today. We've split up. Ryan's hunting with the outfitter. I'm on a brand new bait. I'm going to film myself. We'll see how it goes. But we're trying to double the footage. So there's a lot of bears, a lot of activity, but the rain's got them held up. It's just been miserable. We're in the middle of June, so the rut's kicking. There's a bunch of bears working this bait, so I'm kind of really looking forward to sitting this tonight. It's 4 o'clock. If the rain holds out, even if it only rains a little bit, it'll be good.
Adrenaline Outfitter specializes in big bears. The ones we saw were good size, but just not what they'd like us to take. And when you know on trail camera pictures some of the size of these bears, we were definitely going to hold out for one of those. It started getting near the end of the hunt and darkness was settling in, and that's when it happened.
I am not liking this. That is some bad news right there. 3 little cubs and a big sow. That is a big sow. And her little footballs with her. That is not good. That's dangerous. I gotta figure out how to get out of here. It's dark and Mom's in here with her babies. And one just went up a tree. Not very good. I don't like this. We'll see. See you tomorrow, hopefully, if I survive this.
I got a little bit of footage on them because it was real dark, but I made a little sound in that stand and Mom turned and walked right over to me and looked up at me in that ladder. I finished getting all my gear packed away. I figured I'm going to wait for Rod to show up. My plan was to walk out and meet him, and hopefully he thought after an hour in the dark something was wrong, he'd come get me. Now we're an hour and a half into this. It's 11:30. We're playing cat and mouse. She was a real aggressive bear. She wouldn't let me get down, and she could care less that Rod was trying to get me down. I heard the truck coming down the road, so Ryan was coming to rescue the day. 15 minutes later, I see flashlights coming the backside of the bait, and there's 2 lights. I couldn't believe Ryan's out of the truck with Rod, and his plan was to come upwind, and hopefully their scent would get that bear to pick up her cubs and walk off, and it worked. I was able to scurry down out of the ladder, and we ran.
Be sure to join us for the conclusion of Team Outback Outdoors Spring Bear Hunt in Manitoba to see if Ryan and Jim can get it done.